Welcome to the First Five, where we flip the script, find God in real life, and get your soul fed in just 5 minutes flat. No fluff, no filters, just straight truth that hits different. And trust me, heaven's got something to say today. This is word that walks with you to work, rides with you in traffic, and sits right in the middle of your living room chaos. So whether you're sipping coffee, scrolling before the kids wake up, or just trying to get your mind right for the day, lock in. 5 minutes, one word, all fire. Let's flow. Good morning, family. It's Shout Out Saturday, and this week, walk in this truth. You don't answer to pressure, you answer to purpose. So let's get into it. This is your first five. 5 minutes, one word, let's flow. So listen, have you ever had somebody try to tell you what to do who had absolutely no authority to tell you anything? Okay, like they're not your boss, not your parent, they're not paying your bills, but somehow they're giving full instructions. You're like, wait, who are you again? No. Or when your kids try to boss each other around, like they run the house, go clean that up. And you're like, oh, so we just handing out authority now. That's what happens when people forget who they belong to. And it reminds me of that phrase, unbought and unbossed. That was Shirley Chisholm's campaign slogan, meaning she wasn't controlled by systems, money, or people. She answered to something higher. And that's exactly what makes Deborah so powerful in Judges 4. She wasn't intimidated by culture, controlled by politics, or silenced by expectations. She was unbought and unbossed because she answered to God. Teens, like someone trying to pressure you to fit in, you've got to know who you are. Millennials, like workplace politics trying to shape your integrity, don't sell your soul for a title. Elders, like living long enough to know people will try to control you, but only God has final authority. So I titled today's message, Unbought and Unbossed. In Judges 4, Deborah is a prophet and judge, leading Israel in a time when leadership was chaotic and compromised. She calls Barak and tells him what God said, go to battle, because victory is already promised. But Barak hesitates. He says, I'll go, but only if you go with me. Deborah agrees, but she makes it clear the honor will not be yours. Deborah stands as a leader who is not defined by gender norms, fear, or cultural expectations, but by obedience to God's voice. God's authority, not human system, legitimizes her leadership. Judges 5:7 calls her a mother in Israel, a symbol of both authority and nurture. And Galatians 1:10 asks, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? We live in a world that tries to buy your voice, boss your purpose, and shape your identity. But the kingdom says, if God called you, culture doesn't get to cancel you. So let's talk truth. You don't need permission when you have purpose. Deborah didn't wait for validation. She already had revelation. She was sitting under the palm tree, judging Israel, speaking what God said. She didn't ask, will they accept me? She responded, did God send me? Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you, I appointed you. And Acts 5:29 says, we must obey God rather than human beings. Stop waiting for approval from people who didn't assign your purpose. It's like having a verified account from God, but you're waiting on followers to confirm it. And my second point, fear tries to negotiate what God already declared. Barak represents what happens when fear enters the room. God gave a clear command, but Barak tried to renegotiate it. God said, go, but I'll only go if. That's how fear works. It doesn't always stop you. It tries to edit your obedience. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, God has not given us a spirit of fear. And James 1:8 tells us a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. Culture says, move when you feel ready. God says, move when I say go. It's like GPS giving you clear directions, but you keep saying, let me try another route. Okay. Now you're delayed, not because the destination changed, but because you did. And lastly, kingdom authority is rooted in identity, not position. Deborah didn't lead because she had a title. She led because she had clarity. God. Okay. She knew who she was. She knew whose she was, and she moved accordingly. That's what it means to be unbought and unbossed. Romans 8:14 says, those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. And John 8:36 tells us, if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. Teens, don't let peer pressure rename you. God already named you. Millennials, don't let titles or money redefine you. Your worth isn't negotiable. Elders, don't let age silence you. Your voice still carries authority. It's like wearing designer, but removing the label. The value doesn't change because the tag isn't visible. Where in your life are you letting people boss what God already blessed? And where have you been negotiating obedience when God already gave you clear direction? Okay, pay attention. And our prayer for today, Lord, thank you for calling me, choosing me, and trusting me with purpose. Break every chain of fear, pressure, and people-pleasing. Teach me to walk boldly, unbought and unbossed, fully aligned with your voice. Amen. This week, when pressure comes, declare, I answer to God, not to fear. Well, there you have it. That was your first 5. Now go live it. 5 minutes, 1 word, all fire. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you don't belong to pressure. You belong to purpose. I'll see you back here in the morning.